John and Jocelyn from JD Escapes.
It's time for some soul food. We've just arrived here in New Orleans, and over the next few days we're going to be exploring southern Louisiana. Welcome to Cajun country.
This is ultimate comfort food.
And trying some of the best Cajun and Creole food that this area has to offer. Crawfish in Louisiana. That is perfection right there. So stick around in this video as we find out the true meaning of soul food. Let's go! We haven't made it to Louisiana yet, but it's time for some soul food. We're here in the town of Monde, which is a small little town, and we found a restaurant called Rosie's Soul Food. Rosie's over there. And the guys managing the restaurant, one of them is her grandson, and he was the nicest guy. He's recommending every single food that they have here, and they even give us free oxtail, which is what they are famous for. I'm gonna try the oxtail first, before I introduce the rest, because they were so kind to give it to us. That's the softest, most tasty oxtail ever. The sauce, it's so thick. The fattiness from the oxtail has like infused into the sauce. The meat, super tender. I don't even know what seasonings they put inside. That's incredible. For our main, we got beef tips over a bed of rice. First thing I noticed, rice is cooked in a rice cooker. None of that strained rice. And for the sides, we got mac and cheese and stewed okra. First up, rice and beef tips. Okay, the beef is a little bit tough. Oh my god. That's amazing. Salty, peppery. The beef's a little bit tough, but super beefy taste. The sauce thickened by the fat. This is the perfect meal for Asians. Rice, stew, and meat. Alright. Mac and cheese. Cheesy, creamy, definitely not al dente at all. Last up, stewed okra. It smells sour actually. There has to be some like meat drippings in here. It looks amazing. It is sour. I think there's vinegar in it. Oh my god, it pairs with the beef so well. Wait, I'm gonna make an ultimate bite. Beef, rice, okra. That is perfection right there. Don't miss Rosie's soul food when you're here at Beaumont. Incredible. Welcome to Cajun country. Right now we're in Lafayette. We just arrived here earlier after a crazy drive through the rain, and it's time for some dinner. We are at a restaurant called the Cajun Table, famous for obviously Cajun food. Now Lafayette is known for two things: crawfish and gumbo, and we had to get both of them. But first, chicharron. This is the best free appetizer in the world, okay? Fried pork skin. Crispy, crunchy, delicious, full of fat. Now, the first question that you have is, what is the difference between Cajun and Creole? I don't know. And in fact, nobody knows because everything is very similar. But the thing that can tell the difference is the gumbo, okay? So, gumbo is a type of stew made from burnt roux. R-O-U-X, roux, which is a French technique of mixing flour and butter together. But here, they take it further and burn it to get this color. For Cajun cuisine, typically they have it with meat, whereas in Creole cuisine, they typically have it with seafood. We got a meat version here, chicken and sausage. I've been dreaming of gumbo for years. We've never visited the southern US, so I have no idea what this is going to taste like. It smells incredible. That is everything you imagine it to be. Salty, meaty. The taste from the sausage, I think, has permeated the soup. The soup is thick. It's got some spring onions. It also has the holy trinity, which is celery, bell pepper, and onions. A little bit salty and a little spicy too. This is the first time that when they say it's spicy, it's actually spicy. I'm gonna do it Asian style. Some rice in my spoon, dip it in the soup. with some sausage. Sausage is so tender. It's so meaty. Snap on the skin. You can actually taste like meat chunks. It's not just like a homogeneous glob that most sausages are. Standard food is just amazing. But now the star of the show. Crawfish. I have no idea how to eat crawfish, okay? First of all, it's got a claw. Do I eat the claw? And second of all, they kind of look like cockroaches. I guess you eat them like prawns or shrimp.
Very easy. So you're gonna take the tail, just kind of pinch, you hear it crunch, and then just easily back it out. Take the first one or two segments there, and just do that. Then you kind of pinch on the very tip.
Oh my god, that was way better than I was doing. Thank you. That's better than shrimp. Oh my god, it's so fresh. The meat just comes apart from the shell, which as an Asian you know, if it's not fresh it doesn't come apart. Most of the flavors coming from seasoning has the texture of lobster, not quite as meaty as a shrimp. Tender, juicy. And the seasoning is amazing. Must be some kind of pepper, garlic, salt. Incredible. Okay, and it came with a sauce. It smells like mayonnaise, maybe some mustard, some spices. Crawfish in Louisiana. The mayonnaise takes away the spice, but they put spice in the mayonnaise. So it doubles the spice. Oh my god, this is so good. This is 3 pounds of crawfish. So we're gonna share it between 2 people. This is gonna disappear in like 5 minutes. Amazing. It's a new day and the sun is shining right now here in Lafayette, Louisiana. And we've come to a special place called Billy's Homemade Boudin and Crackling. Boudin and Boudin. I have no idea how to say it. What is Boudin? What is Boudin? Let's go find out. Okay, so this place is kind of like a roadside convenience store. They don't have any seating and people just come to buy what we learned is pronounced as Boudin.
Boudin.
Even though it's spelled with an I. Before we eat, on the way here, there were at least 50 signs that said Boudin and Crackling. So, you know it's good.
A boudin is a sausage that's made out of meat, rice, and is encased in a pig's intestine, I think. I can definitely see some rice, some veggies, and some meat. I have no idea what this is gonna taste like. Oh, okay. It's actually a little bit spicy. I did not expect that. It's super tasty, very mushy, and you can taste like a little bit of the bits and pieces of meat. But I think this needs something crispy to go with it. Seasoned crackling. I'm actually more excited about the crackling. Oh my god, the crackling smells so good. It's not just the pork rinds. There's a little bit of meat, a little bit of fat. Everything is just deep fried. It kind of tastes like a shao rou, but crispier. There's some like Cajun seasoning on it. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. You gotta try.
Use it as a spoon.
I feel like my heart is a bit clogged right now.
Use it as a spoon. Oh. Okay, I get it. When I was researching on what to eat in Lafayette, I was a little bit skeptical about how good boudin can be. But having tried it, I would say definite must try when you're here in Louisiana. Thank you so much. Okay, so after breakfast number 1, it's time for second breakfast. We're now at a restaurant called Laura's No. 2. This restaurant has been an institution here in Lafayette for I don't even know how many years now. Basically, the first restaurant burned down in a fire, unfortunately, so now this is the second restaurant. That's why Laura's No. 2. And they're famous for the baked turkey wing. Let's open this. That's huge. I'm definitely not gonna be able to finish this. Comes with a bit of rice, gravy, and 2 sides. For the sides, we've got seafood okra and corn. Gotta turn this. This is too big. How can a bird have such a big wing? Oh wait, turkeys can't fly, right? I guess that's why it's so big. First of all, the wing is both the wing and the drumlet. I don't think this is a drumlet, it's called a drum. The wing is stuffed with something on the inside. You can see it here. I'm not sure what the stuffing is. I'm gonna cut into it now. I have to like move around my seat because the wing is so big. The meat is so tender. Cooked perfectly, fall off the bone tender, moist, salted, seasoned with crazy amount of spices, but the main thing is the skin. It's been baked to a crisp, has a slight burnt flavor to it, adds an amazing texture to the turkey. Taste it with some rice. As an Asian, I have to say that us and Louisiana are gonna be good friends because the rice you guys make here is insane. Grainy, it soaks up the sauce without being mushy. Oh my god, and the gravy is insane. So thick, so full of flavor. I'm gonna try some okra now. First thing that I noticed is that the okra has been stewed to a mush. I can smell the sausage when I did that. That's amazing. I tried to say incredible and amazing at the same time. That's amazing. The taste of the sausage has permeated the entire stew. Definitely don't miss this when you're here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Larua Sioux, incredible turkey wings.
It's our first night here in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we're staying in the central area of New Orleans called the French Quarter, which is a super bustling, crowded, and full of energy area in New Orleans. We're actually a little bit hungry for the first time in 7 days. After that long drive here from Lafayette to the Tabasco factory and to New Orleans. We chanced upon this restaurant which is pretty close to our hotel called the Acme Oyster House. They don't accept reservations, so you have to queue outside, but the queue moves pretty quickly. Apparently this is a chain restaurant in the US and this is the original outlet. We ordered a couple of typical New Orleans food to try and I'm very excited because I'm hungry. The first dish that we ordered is the seafood etouffee and we added some crawfish tails because why not? You're in New Orleans. So seafood etouffee is actually fried seafood with rice topped with gravy. Sorry, it's seasoned seafood in a buttery roux served over rice. It looks so good. They picked out all the crawfish, deep fried it, and served it with gravy. The crawfish actually kind of tastes like popcorn chicken because of the breading outside. The gravy is savory, delicious, it's warm. It goes so well with the rice. This is so good. This is ultimate comfort food. It's so hearty, comforting, and delicious. So the next dish, this is actually their signature dish, which is the char grilled oysters, and therefore the name Oyster House. The oysters here are a little bit different. They actually cook the oysters instead of serving it raw. They also have the raw option, but this is what they're famous for. Why would you pay for raw food anyway? Okay, so the oysters are saturated in a herb butter sauce and topped with a special blend of cheese. It smells so good. When you put the plate down, it just smells of garlic butter. And it reminds me of escargot. I don't even like oysters, but I have to try this. I'm gonna pick the oyster meat out. That is so good. The oyster doesn't taste slimy at all, which is the main reason why I don't like oysters, but these are grilled, they're soft, juicy, and the topping is just so delicious. It's cheesy, buttery, it's so simple. You know it's a good dish when they give you bread to wipe up all the sauce. Oh my god. That's too much. The food was so good here that we had to try the dessert. For dessert, we got bread pudding, which I think is also a classic southern dessert. When the presentation isn't that good, you know the food is going to be good. Oh, okay. It's so like dense and mushy, and it's smothered in this like sweet sauce. Oh no, I don't think I will like it. That's way too sweet, as expected. But the inside is very soft, not as dense as I thought it would be. It has a little bit of raisins inside, but the inside is really so smooth, like a custard. Not bad, but crazy sweet. Not quite my style, but good if you like extremely sweet desserts.
Of debauchery on Bourbon Street, it is customary to eat a very special food that was invented here in New Orleans called Yaka Mein. Yaka Mein is basically Chinese noodle soup with a Creole twist. Look at this. Soy sauce. You know it's Asian. This Yaka Mein is huge. It's massive. It's topped with poorly cut spring onions, huge, humongous beef chunks, yellow egg noodles, and an egg. As a true Asian, the first test is the soup. It's burning hot. Oh my god. Comforting, warm, salty, a hint of cayenne pepper as well. I don't know where the Cajun Creole influence is. This just tastes like a homemade bowl of Chinese soup. Maybe the egg. Try some of the noodles. Do I slurp it or do I like twirl it? That's spaghetti. That's spaghetti noodles. Perfectly cooked, al dente spaghetti noodles. I'm gonna try some of the beef. It's so hot. It's that short rib. It's so beefy. It's not the most tender piece of meat, but it's so beefy. Wait, I think I discovered a pro. Take some hot sauce. Put it. Oh, hint of spiciness, sourness from the vinegar, hot sauce in Louisiana, amazing. Oh, and I just thought about something as I was eating this. The egg is like a ramen egg, except that it's hard boiled. So many different cultures: Italian pasta, Chinese beef stock with soy sauce, and a ramen egg, all wrapped up in the soul of New Orleans. Thank you. It's time for lunch and we're having yet another quintessential Louisiana food called the po' boy. And a po' boy is basically a sandwich, but apparently the name comes from the word poor boy. It's poor people food. Poor people know how to make delicious food. They have many different versions: shrimp, oysters, meat, sausage, but what we got was the catfish, which has been deep fried. You can get the po' boy plain or you can get it dressed, which means that it comes with lettuce, mayonnaise, and tomatoes. The bread has been toasted, it's crispy on the outside, it's warm. I'm gonna take a bite. The bread's not dense at all. Super fluffy. The catfish like burned my mouth as I ate it because it was freshly fried. It's flaky, it's salty, the batter is crispy, light, peppery. Oh my god, amazing. Step number 2 of eating a po' boy: Louisiana hot sauce. Drizzle some on here. Take a bite. Sour, spicy, perfect with the mayonnaise and the delicious catfish. The fish is so fresh here. We're right on the river. Incredible. We actually got a combo and the po' boy comes with a side of gumbo. New Orleans is the home of Creole cooking, which is different from Cajun cooking. We had Cajun Gumbo while we were in Lafayette, and that was amazing. Over there, they usually have chicken and sausage, but here, it's seafood. And there's like an entire crab in here. Oh, that's amazing. The rice is still fluffy, super strong pepper taste. The seafood, the crab has like permeated the sauce. There's a little bit of sausage, there's a little bit of shrimp. The sauce is thick, it's velvety. I think it's better than the one in Lafayette. This gumbo is amazing. Oh, it has sausages too. Try some of the crab. Not much meat, but a lot of flavor. Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna do a move, and this might be blasphemy, but I'm gonna dip the po' boy into the gumbo. I don't think it goes. Overall, delicious meal. We're at a restaurant called Johnny's Po' Boy. We had to come here because Johnny. Po' Boys in Louisiana, definitely another must try when you're here.
We're now at Cafe du Monde, one of the most popular restaurants in New Orleans. If you look on Google reviews, it has 40,000 reviews. This whole place is so bustling. There are baskers outside and just filled with people, filled with activity. They only sell 2 items, coffee and beignets. You know it has to be good when they only have 2 items on their menu. A beignet is a fried pastry that's topped with lots of powdered sugar. And I already have a feeling I know what this is going to taste like. And the funny thing is that everything here is covered in powdered sugar. So I'm going to give it a try. That's too much sugar. This tastes exactly like a youtiao. Maybe not exactly a youtiao, but definitely a ham chi ping. Look at the inside. It's warm, crunchy on the outside. The inside is a little bit chewy and just so much sweetness from the icing sugar. It's actually really good. To pair with it, we got a black coffee. But this black coffee is a little bit special because it has chicory root inside the coffee. It smells exactly like black coffee. I feel like the chicory root adds additional bitterness to the coffee, which then you offset by having a ton of powdered sugar. Overall, it's a great experience. Definitely cannot miss this. This is truly a New Orleans experience.
Another thing to do while you're here in New Orleans is to come to grab some Irish coffee at a place called Molly's at the Market. And it's a special type of Irish coffee which is frozen, so it's ice blended. I don't know what Irish coffee is because I've never had it before, but I think it's coffee with alcohol in it. This frozen Irish coffee is the perfect thing to have in the summer while you're here in New Orleans, except for right now because it's raining. It's a little bit cold. But regardless, we're here, so we're gonna give frozen Irish coffee a try. There's some kind of powder on top. I think it's coffee powder, but it could be chocolate powder. It's coffee powder. Refreshing, not too sweet, which is more than you could say for a lot of things here. Honestly, the coffee is not that good. Not really my cup of tea, but definitely a very refreshing drink while you're here in New Orleans. It was raining the entire afternoon, but we're now out and about again here in New Orleans, Louisiana. The rain has subsided slightly and we're back on Decatur Street. Decatur. Street, which was where we had the Irish coffee earlier today. And we're going to be trying another classic New Orleans dish called Jambalaya. The plate is very hot. So basically, jambalaya is a rice dish, and I don't know what is blasphemy to say that it's similar to gumbo, but I think it is. I mean, basically it's sausage and chicken cooked with the Louisiana holy trinity of onions, bell peppers, and celery. Raw rice is added to the stock and cooked inside. It looks and smells incredible. When you enter the restaurant, you can already smell the jambalaya, so it has to be good. The rice looks grainy, which is really a good start. It was served as 3 ice cream scoops of rice. Kind of pricey for rice, but hopefully it's worth it. That is some intense flavor. The rice is perfectly cooked yet again. Rice in Louisiana has yet to disappoint. Amazingly fluffy, grainy, not mushy at all. As you know from watching BBC, it's pretty hard to get rice to get the perfect texture, especially when it's cooked in gravy. I think I taste a hint of tomatoes, but I'm not sure. I don't see any tomatoes in here. The taste of the sausage has permeated the entire dish. Supposedly andouille sausage, whatever that is. Delicious. Not overly salty, packed with flavor, spicy from cayenne pepper, flavored with black pepper as well. This is almost like the Cajun version of paella, the Spanish paella. Is it some kind of special rice? I don't know, but perfect texture, perfect flavor, perfect everything. Jambalaya is definitely a must try when you're here in Louisiana. One of the most important dishes in New Orleans. Good morning. As you can see, we're dressed slightly differently because we are now going to a slightly fancier restaurant than we normally go to. It's right around the corner from our hotel, so we'll see you guys when we get there.
How's the star?
Very good.
So Brennan's is one of the most famous restaurants in New Orleans. You have to make a booking in order to get a seat here because it's that famous. The decor is very French inspired and so is the food. Everything sounds French and fancy, but they're most famous for being the restaurant that invented the banana foster. And we're going to try that later. We ordered 2 entrees. The first entree that I got is the summer vegetable omelette. It looks so good, even though it sounds a bit lame. But we had to get it because I've never had a French omelette before in my life. Oh wait, some juice fell out while I was tilting the plate. No char marks at all. This cooked is just about done, and the inside is gooey. I'm gonna try it now. The first taste I got was butter. It's so buttery, creamy, soft. I think this is what you mean by French cuisine. This is so refined. Even the vegetables are perfectly done. Just barely cooked. There's still a crunch to it, and I think they dressed it in some vinaigrette, so it adds a little bit of acidity to the creamy omelette. Delicious. The next dish that we got is the duck confit hash. As the matron explained, this is more of a fusion between French and American because the duck confit is French and the hash is American. Okay, so I think it's potatoes mixed with duck and topped with a duck egg. And these little garnishes, I don't know what they are, but they look crispy and delicious. I'm gonna try some of the duck confit. I have no idea what this is gonna taste like. Okay, I got the duck. Oh, it's so good. And the egg yolk adds more richness to this. The duck is so tender, so flavorful. It goes so well with the potatoes. It's not just savouriness, there's a little slight tinge of sweetness and also a little bit of acidity. Everything is so well balanced here. And I'm gonna try this chip. I think it's a mini potato chip to tell you that you're eating American food. It's done so well. Everything's so delicious. Our final and most important dish is the banana foster. The waiter prepares this at your table side and puts up like this performance and explains to you how this banana foster came to be. I couldn't really understand.
She was sad so created this by her older brother, Mr. Arm. They wanted this done so he could honor one of his best friends, Mr. Arm. Brennan always hated the idea of ice cream in his dining room. He felt like it was a little childish and immature. She wanted something bigger, something better, something else to last life. She wanted to make a tableside food. Antoine's being her biggest competitor at the time. This is her way of getting back at him from coming at her. This is like her little one-up to the bacon. So they don't do things.
Oh yeah. But anyway, there's a huge block of sugar and a huge block of butter, and that's all melted down into caramel. He adds banana liquor and cooks everything down into a brown butter caramel sauce before he places the sliced bananas to cook the bananas a little bit. After that, he adds the final flair by pouring rum into the fire, and everything just explodes into flames. The fire was much bigger than I expected, and you could really feel the heat. And it's served with a side of vanilla ice cream. It looks good. I thought that it would be super sweet like every other dessert that we've had here, but the banana is still sweet, but there's like a depth of flavor that comes from the liqueur and the rum, which adds a little bit of bitterness, and it's paired with some cold ice cream. Oh my god, the caramel hardens into a sticky paste. It's actually really delicious. It's not just a performance. It's really good. Don't miss the banana foster when you're here. You can come into Brennan's and just order the banana foster. One good tip is to come in for breakfast, which is less crowded as compared to dinner, but it's still crowded, so try to make a reservation. We only got this reservation last night, so pretty good. Brennan's banana foster is definitely a must try when you're here in New Orleans. You deserve to splurge a little.
That's the end of our trip here in New Orleans, so thank you for watching our video. If you want to continue following us to amazing places like Louisiana, please remember to like and subscribe. If you have any additional food that you think we've missed, please put it in the comment box down below. Thank you and see you on the next video. Woo! Chinatown.
Focus on the road. This is exactly like Thai fan in Singapore, but southern style.
1 meat, 2 veg.
1 meat, 2 veg, and a side of complimentary meat. Focus!
Boudin. What's a Boudin, precious? What's a beignet, precious? I'm gonna hold it up.
Oh, I thought you were still focusing. And chicory is actually a mild laxative, so coffee and chicory is definitely a recipe for morning dumps. Because American coffee is so flavorless. Oh, we didn't order this.
You know, I'm sorry.
Free mimosas.
I was too honest. Oh, should I break the egg? I think I should break the egg. Okay. It didn't flow like I wanted it to.
Well, definitely this plate will go back to Singapore, huh? Great rice and gravy experience, John.
I don't think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready.